Your body starts making deals with reality about 18 hours in. First, it's just the little things. Colors seem brighter. Sounds feel louder. Your thoughts take weird detours. But push past 72 hours without sleep, and your brain essentially starts dreaming while you're still awake. Let me walk you through what actually happens when you force your body to stay conscious for 3 straight days. Hour 24 hits differently than you'd expect. You're not tired in the normal way. Your body floods itself with cortisol and adrenaline, those stress hormones that make you feel weirdly alert. It's like your system knows something's wrong and hits the emergency override button. You might even feel more focused than usual. Athletes do this accidentally all the time before big competitions. The problem is you're burning through resources your body assumed it would get back during sleep. Your immune system starts shutting down non-essential operations around this point. White blood cell production drops by nearly 30%. That cold your coworker had last week, your body just rolled out the welcome mat for it. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the part that handles decision-making and impulse control, begins going offline. You'll feel fine, totally normal, completely capable of making good choices. You're not. People in this state have driven to work on a Saturday, tried to unlock their car with their house key, and argued with absolutely nobody in empty rooms. But here's where it gets strange. Around 36 hours, your brain starts experiencing microsleeps. These aren't the head bob moments you see in boring meetings. We're talking about 3 to 15-second periods where parts of your brain just shut off while you're walking around. Your eyes stay open, you look awake, but sections of your cortex are completely offline, dreaming, processing nothing. It's like someone's flickering the lights in your consciousness. I talked to a long-haul trucker who described it perfectly. He said it felt like someone kept pausing reality for a second, then hitting play again. He'd be driving down the highway, then suddenly be a quarter mile further with no memory of getting there. His brain was taking unauthorized breaks. The hallucinations start creeping in somewhere between 48 and 60 hours. Not the dramatic stuff you see in movies. It's subtle at first. Shadows move in ways they shouldn't. You'll see something dart across your peripheral vision that isn't there. Your brain is so desperate for the REM sleep it's missing that it starts inserting dream content into your waking life. You're basically living in a mixed reality where your unconscious mind crashes the party uninvited. Temperature regulation goes haywire around this point too. Your hypothalamus, which normally keeps your body at a steady 98.6 degrees, starts malfunctioning. You'll be freezing in a warm room, then sweating in the cold. One sleep researcher compared it to trying to run a computer without a cooling fan. The hardware keeps working, but it's overheating in ways that cause unpredictable errors. By hour 60, your body's relationship with insulin and glucose has completely fallen apart. Even if you're eating normally, your cells stop responding to insulin properly. It's temporary, but in those 2.5 days, you've essentially given yourself a preview of diabetes. Your blood sugar spikes and crashes like you're on a metabolic roller coaster. What happens next in those final 12 hours before you hit the 72-hour mark is where things get genuinely concerning. Your brain doesn't just get tired, it starts fundamentally changing how it processes reality itself. Your emotional regulation collapses completely. Things that wouldn't normally bother you become catastrophic. A dropped pen feels like a personal attack. Someone chewing too loudly becomes an act of war. Your amygdala, the brain's emotional processing center, loses its connection to the prefrontal cortex that usually keeps it in check. You're essentially experiencing the world through the emotional control of a sleep-deprived toddler, but with adult consequences. The paranoia sets in hard around 65 hours. Not clinical paranoia, but your threat detection system goes haywire. That car parked across the street? Definitely suspicious. Your coworker's innocent question about your weekend? Clearly they're gathering intelligence. Your brain's pattern recognition software starts seeing threats in random noise, connecting dots that don't exist into elaborate conspiracy theories that feel absolutely real. Speech starts breaking down in fascinating ways. You'll lose words mid-sentence, not because you forgot them, but because the pathway between thought and language just disconnects. People describe it like trying to grab soap in the shower. The word's right there, you can almost touch it, then it slips away completely. You might substitute completely wrong words without noticing. Ask for coffee, say elephant, and genuinely not understand why the barista looks confused. Physical coordination degrades like you're operating a remote control body with a weak signal. Simple tasks become complex challenges. Buttoning a shirt takes intense concentration. Walking in a straight line requires active thought. Your cerebellum, which normally handles automatic movements, needs conscious supervision for everything. One researcher compared it to manually breathing. Once you think about it, the automatic system stops working. Around 70 hours, time perception completely falls apart. Minutes feel like hours. Hours vanish in seconds. Your brain's internal clock, regulated by sleep cycles, has lost all calibration. You'll swear you've been waiting for 10 minutes when it's been 30 seconds. Or you'll zone out for what feels like a moment and discover an hour has passed. You're unstuck in time, but in the least fun way possible. The immune system is barely functioning now. Inflammation markers in your blood look like you're fighting off a serious infection, except there's no infection. Your body is just destroying itself with friendly fire. Cortisol levels are through the roof, keeping you awake, but also breaking down muscle tissue and suppressing every system that isn't immediately essential for survival. And here's what nobody tells you about hitting 72 hours. When you finally sleep, it's not restful. Your brain is so desperate for REM sleep that it front-loads your sleep cycle with intense, often disturbing dreams. You'll wake up after 12 hours feeling like you ran a marathon through your subconscious. It takes about a week for your sleep architecture to return to normal. The scary part isn't what happens during those 3 days. It's how long the effects actually linger. Studies tracking people after forced sleep deprivation found cognitive deficits lasting up to 2 weeks. Memory formation stayed impaired. Decision-making remained compromised. Your brain doesn't just bounce back the moment you get sleep. It's been operating in emergency mode so long that it needs time to remember how normal feels. So when someone brags about pulling multiple all-nighters or functioning fine on 3 hours of sleep, what they're really telling you is their brain has been running on fumes so long it forgot what premium fuel feels like. Your body's pretty good at keeping you alive despite your worst decisions, but it draws a hard line at sleep. Push past that 72-hour mark and you're not proving toughness. You're just running an experiment on yourself that scientists stopped doing decades ago because the results were too disturbing. Your brain needs sleep like your lungs need air. Negotiate with that reality at your own risk.